Hi, everybody. If you want to achieve your dream faster and live your life, make your life more satisfactory, and make your joy much joyful, you need to master communication skill. And then communication skill is really important in human society, especially, and maybe in other creatures too. Better communicator have you know, um, more achievable in the species, whatever the species is. Um, Especially human being, we are a social creature, and somehow we are designed to communicate to each other and make a society with a certain amount of individuals. That is how we are designed as a human being, because as we communicate each other, we feel pleasure. And it's here, we have a circuit right here. When we communicate with other individual, other human being, we are hardwired, hard-coded program run, and give us a pleasure, give us more satisfaction. So we are intended to communicate with each other since we are born. So whatever the reason, communication skill is really significant for your life. And if you if you love to be alone, and if you love to be isolated, and you don't like to interact with other human beings, that's okay. However, communication skill is only gives you the positive side. Okay, it's not a negative one. So whatever the thing you feel pleasure or satisfaction, communication skill will elevate that in any direction. In you know so mastering communication skill is really important. And in order to in order to build your communication skill at the better one, you need to get used to put your idea into the words. That is a fundamental skill for in the communication skill. So what you want to do is, whatever the thought in your hand, in your mind, and before translating into the language, you have the idea, you have the thought, and you want to put it into the language, in your language. And if you have a lot of vocabulary, it's better. But if you don't, if you're not a master in your language, that's okay. Just put it into the words, whatever the thought in your mind, and put it into the word, and do it as a daily practice. And that will help you um, building skill to make translate idea into the words. And then once you put it into the words, you can communicate with that, with other people, with what you put it into the words. So if you have put into the words, and you can use it to communicate with others. And if you're better at putting it into the words, and you are automatically better at communication and with others. And now communication is not only um, put the idea into the words and show it to the people. it's of course it matters how you put how you show to the people, what sequence you disclose your idea to the people. Um, I'm not going into the deep into this whole rabbit hole of communication skill. Is a lot of um, masters online, so you gotta check other masters of communication skill. But however, as a basic and a fundamental habit that allow you to build your communication skill better is put your thought into the words as a daily habit, as a daily practice. That is easy thing you can do. That will definitely develop your communication skill. So won't you do that? And let's see what happens. And just just remember that your language will limit your thought, limit your idea, because a language is predefined blocks, like a legal blocks. The size, shape, and the weight is all predefined. That's why we can communicate with each other, because one word meaning the same thing, and you cannot bend it, you cannot squeeze it, you cannot expand it. That's the rule of the language, and you have to put your word, put your idea. Idea is a limitless, and it's a almost shapeless, but you have to put that shapeless thought into the shaped block so that we can communicate each other. That is the language. So please keep that in mind. The language will limit your thought. So the larger the vocabulary you have, the better the communication skill you have. So think about developing a better vocabulary so that you can communicate better. But that's 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 the advanced stage of doing. So at first, you got to put your thought into the words. That is fundamentally fundamental um, practice to make a communication skill better. Every single um, great speakers on YouTube or on a real stage show or something, on a TV show or whatever the thing, best speakers, everybody had a habit of writing. So that's why they speak very well. So that is my message today. Let's build a better communication skill, and I have to practice too. So I love you guys. Your habit will honor. I see you in the next episode. Peace.